But I'd like to do a little piece of the happy birthday Freeport style. Happy birthday to you, Derek Turncrest. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Derek Turncrest. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday, my brother.
Well, time really flies. I just think back now, and it doesn't seem that long, but I recognize that I first met, and as I refer to him as Brother Derek, back in the very early 90s. So that would put us, some 20-some years now knowing each other. It's probably about maybe 23, 24 years at least. So it shows how time flies. And I met him as a young man. Back then he was working for the local broadcasting station here, television and radio. And he was relatively new in the church. I guess, I'd been in the church, I guess, a bit longer than he had, because having been a part of the church from the mid-'80s. And after meeting him, our time and our relationship just grew. And I think what has really impressed me is to really witness his growth in his faith in the Lord and in his zeal for the Lord. That has really, really been impressive as I've been privileged to associate with him, not just here in this local congregation here in Freeport, where he was for a time, but even when he moved over to Florida and actually was living there on a full-time basis, continuing that association at the Broadview Church of Christ and all of that, and having spent many, many times, and even in his house and being hosted by him and his family. It's just been a wonderful brother to know. I mean, he's just been so helpful to us. To me and my family. Just as I think back and reflect on the many times that he took me drop me off at the boat that we would take over back to the Bahamas from Florida with our loads of stuff, and he would be in his truck. He had a truck then, and he would use his truck to just transport us and all of our stuff to the port. And early in the mornings doing that, and it's tough getting up. I find it a bit difficult getting up early in the morning, but that seemed like never a problem for this brother. You just call on him. Well, Derek, we going tomorrow. Can you help us? Oh, sure, no problem. And he would be there. It was just been a wonderful, wonderful association. And me and my family, we can certainly say we've been truly, truly blessed as a result of knowing Brother Turnquest. My wife refers to him as her son, actually. My wife really is very close, and he's very dear to my wife, and I'm sure she is to him as well. And so we've just had a wonderful, wonderful association. I think this is kind of what Jesus was referring to when he talks about, those who've left houses and lands and even family members for the sake of the kingdom, and that you get so much more, not only in this life, but in that which is to come. And I kind of think, through this association and through our fellowship, Brother Derek, that's kind of unfolding. That's what I'm kind of recognizing and seeing through the years now that we've known each other.
I want to take this opportunity to wish you, Derek, on your 50th birthday, God's choicest blessings. And I pray that the Lord would strengthen you and give you the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding as you continue to do all that's pleasing in His sight. All the best. And be encouraged, man, and celebrate. This is a huge milestone in your life, and you deserve to celebrate. And so I celebrate with you and enjoy this time. Celebrate for 1 year. Go right straight into your 51st. And all the best.
What I'd like to say, I'm thankful to God, first of all, that God has given him the years that he's given him, and he's reached this milestone of 50. And actually, you think about 50 years old, I am told, and from what I've read, that, in terms of the Jewish people, 50 was the year when, at the age of 50 was when a man officially became an old man. He was considered an elder. old man, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying Brother Derek is an old man, but I'm certainly saying now that he's reached that milestone where he's considered one of the elders in terms of, and using that term in terms of age. If you would even note back in the Old Testament, under the Levitical system, they would allow men to serve, as Levites in the temple service and even the tabernacle prior to that from age 30 to 50. At age 50, they would actually retire them because they were not called upon now to do a lot of that manual work that was required, which they were called to do in assisting the priest, as the Levites did. So I often would say to my wife, at age 50, I should be now relaxing. But I know Brother Derek is not going to relax, and I know he has a zeal for the Lord, and I just want to encourage him, even at this stage in his life, to just continue that and just serve and use all the gifts that God has given you. You've used them in the past, and I believe you'll continue to use the gifts which God has given you to continue to further his cause. And I certainly wish you many more years of productive service in the service of the Lord. And I believe that certainly with God's grace, his mercy, and that being extended to you, that you will indeed do that, and even more. We'll continue to see the efforts that you're putting forth and see fruits of these efforts in the future. But certainly this is a time to reflect and then just enjoy it. Look back, reflect on where the Lord has brought you from. Just reflect on his goodness. And one of the things I take away as I look back in the years, many times things happen, you don't know exactly why and all of that, but be assured that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord, and I believe that he will continue to work in your life. God never leaves us or abandons us, even in old age. As we get older, we know a lot of times we can't do what we used to do from a physical standpoint when we were younger. But we have so much more. You have so much more insight now and so much more wisdom that the years with God has brought. And I believe you can continue to build on that which is not physical, but that which is spiritual and that which is really lasting. So just continue, brother. Enjoy your celebrations. Enjoy your time. Enjoy family. Enjoy friends. Enjoy brethren and all of that. And just continue in the great work you're doing.
Happy birthday to you, Derek Turncrest. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Derek Turncrest. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday, my brother.